Hello, everyone. Come on in. Oh, come on in. All right, I'm going to give you all a few minutes to settle in. Get ready. Hi, Lena. Hi, Debbie. Y'all, feel free. Hello, dear. I don't have my glasses on. I don't have my readers, but welcome. Feel free to go ahead and turn on your cameras. I'd love to see your friendly faces. And especially today, you're going to end with a smile because we're doing cherry lemon no-churn ice cream. Hello, dear. Welcome. Yes, you are going to be the star of the next family gathering because of this ice cream, okay? There's always need for sweets. After you get all your savories, I'm always like grubbing my belly and thinking, I need a little something sweet. I don't know about you, but that's me. I need something sweet every time.
That's me.
Yes, that's egg too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed the colors, red, orange, okay? Matching our Rainier cherries.
Yeah, you
yes,
totally are.
we're matching. I had to match with the fruit, you know what I mean? Like a little light orange, a little bright red. And thankfully, our partner, Joyfully Grown, has brought these cherries to us. And not just the Rainier cherries, which are from Chelan, by the way. They're local in Washington, which is the best feeling, right? When you're eating something and you know that you helped somebody else's family out, especially when they're 5th and 6th generation. I love that. You're like supporting so many layers to that family. And farmers and growers don't get enough of a shout out, so shout out to y'all. Thank you for these beautiful dark sweet cherries. Look at that, gorgeous. And our Rainier cherries. All right, y'all. Are y'all ready? Oh, I see a couple nods. I'm so excited. And for those who have already made your creation, I can't wait to see them. You guys usually put like a picture in the chat, and I'm always astounded by what y'all can create. I'm like, yes, come on with the ice cream. Come on with the pictures. All right, y'all, so I am Chef B. I see a couple new faces. I'm Chef B, Chef Lisa, Cousin B, whatever you want to call me. I'm Lisa. I'm here to show you a couple things to make in your household that you might not have made before. I like a little variety, and this class gives you a lot of variety. You know, you make the same thing all the time because you get home from work, you're tired, but now you have no excuse because Homemade Live has presented you with so many easy recipes. And not only that, they show you this produce that you can get from your local store. You can find Joyfully Grown cherries, pears, anywhere in your local grocery store across the country. Isn't that nice? What about you, Chef Mag? Do cherries give you joy?
They give me so much joy. It's like the perfect beach snack. Mm-hmm. That's what I've been doing a lot lately, just like lounging on the beach and eating a whole bag of cherries.
Oh, that's nice.
I was asking people in the chat if they've tried Rainier cherries. I know here in Seattle they're like more abundant.
Yeah.
I think they can be harder to find across the country, but I love a Rainier.
Me too. I love Rainier cherries for the fact that if you're so used to the dark, sweet cherry, you know, they're like that dark, almost mahogany-ish red, right? When you bite into them, they're gorgeous. But sometimes you want something a little bit more floral, a little bit more delicate and light. And what's cool is that these Rainier cherries are actually sweeter. They're like high in acid, which makes them sweeter. Talk to a scientist about it, a food scientist, if you can find one, or your local farmer. They'll tell you all about it. It's actually sweeter. So it's almost like you're eating a nectarine, but cherry, with a little flower notes to it. It's very nice. But then you can't go wrong with our classic dark cherry, y'all. These are some of my favorites. I eat them so much that my teeth turn red, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. A little stain, a little lipstick for you. All right, y'all. You ready to pit some cherries and get started on our cherry swirl? Let's get going. So we're gonna be right over here. We have our cherries from, of course, Joyfully Grown, dark cherries. And these are the Rainier. So you see how they're ombre? They're like red, yellow, peachy. They're so gorgeous. Like you can't really go wrong with these cherries. And when they're a little mature like this, you know they're like super, super sweet. All right, so we're gonna cut them and pit the cherries. So I'm gonna show you a few ways. You can do this, where you cut around the cherry, right? Spin it around. And there you go. You're done. You're done with the pit. You can also cut it like this as well. And you're done. And you got the pit out. No pits. All done. Stem is out. Our Chef Joel, y'all have seen Chef Joel. Y'all who watch us have seen Chef Joel. And he taught Meg how to do a little hack. Some people say it's a TikTok hack, but I'm sure a lot of y'all know this hack. If you have a straw, right, you're just gonna push through, you're gonna stab through the cherry, and oh, it's gone, y'all. So easy. You don't even have to cut or get your hands dirty or anything like that. And you don't have to worry about the integrity of the cherries, because we're just gonna do like a little cherry swirl. We're cooking down the cherries, okay? So we're gonna get those ready. Oh, also, at my old job, what they used to use is if you use a lot of cherries, you can put them in an applesauce mixer, and it actually like pops all your cherries out, right? All the pits out, because it like mashes the cherries, and then it's like an easy scoop. It's so simple. There's so many different ways. Put in the chat what you do to get rid of the pits while I cut these cherries.
Someone has an old cherry pitter that does a lot of cherries at once. I've only done like seen a cherry pitter that does one at a time.
Yeah.
I need to hear more about this, Jennifer.
Yes, Jennifer. Drop the link, Jennifer. I need to know, because I'm going to be pitting these. I'm cutting them. I think I might just use that little method that Chef Joel has taught us, because look at that, y'all. I don't know if you can see, but right there at the end, that's your pit. Way less messy than I usually get. So I love that. I'm going to continue that process real quick. And cut them in half just so that way they can cook a little faster. And a lot of times people are worried about making ice cream, because it's kind of a scary thought, right? When you watch like Top Chef, oh my God, everyone fails at the ice cream. But now it's your turn to make ice cream. And you don't have to churn it. No need to churn your ice cream. No need to get a mixer. This you can make with the supplies that you have at home. What's y'all's favorite cherry? Do y'all prefer a deep red cherry? Have y'all tried the Rainier cherry?
Oh, Lisa, here's the cherry pitter.
Oh.
On the screen, do you see?
Yes. Oh. Okay, how many cherries can you pit with that?
It looks like you could just keep throwing them in there.
Throwing them in there, okay. I love that. That's so smart. All right. So we're doing a couple cherries to cook down. And I'm actually going to turn on my heat here. Let me dry my hands off, y'all, because we have this touch screen heater here. There you go. I kind of like these touchscreen stove tops, these induction burners, because they make a little beep noise and I know what I'm doing. Now I'm like, yes, that's extra confirmation that I'm heating it up and I'm doing the right thing. There you go. So we're gonna make it like a medium-ish heat, just so we can cook that down. As we're adding the cherries, we're gonna add some sugar and some lemon juice that we have squeezed. Now, y'all, I always have a tough time with getting enough juice out of my lemons, but I have learned a couple tricks. You can get hot water and put your lemons in there for a little bit of time, and then that way it'll move around the juices, it'll soften that pith, and you can get more juices out of your lemon. Another one is just rolling your lemon around, and that should kind of massage it a little bit, get you ready for those juices to come out. Do y'all have any tips? Do y'all have another way of doing it? I also like having those like electric citrus squeezers, because they're just so much easier. They handheld. I can't do that, y'all. I don't feel strong enough. These lemons nowadays are huge. I can't do it, you know? What about you, Chef Meg? Any tips on getting the most juice out of your lemon?
I saw someone like with the half of the lemon put a fork into it and kind of like move it around on the fork, sort of like you would with a juicer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do find that even with the hand squeeze lemon juicer, like there's still so much juice in there.
Yeah.
The liquid gold.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. In the chat, has anyone given us any secrets? Any secrets, y'all? Do y'all do the same thing? Do you put it in like hot water?
Microwave.
Like I do? Oh,
microwave for a few seconds. That's kind of similar to what you do, or like the same effect. Yeah.
Yeah, microwave it. Okay. See, I think I need to stop being on social media because I'm afraid of it exploding on me, y'all. I've seen so many people do something similar and like things just exploding. So maybe I'm just afraid. Maybe I should just get off social media a little bit, have a little cleanse. Because you see so many of those videos and you're like, oh, that's not going to be me today. Like somebody was making cake in a blender and they opened it and it just like popped before they were able to open it. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't clean that up. That's too scary for me.
No, you have to move at that point.
Yeah.
Not the cake batter on the ceiling.
It touched the ceiling. How do you explain that to your landlord, y'all? I don't know how to do that. The mop can't reach. I don't have a big enough mop for that. All right, y'all, so if you see over here, our cherries are cooking down, our lemon juice as well. All right, so you just want them to just be broken down enough as you're cooking. That's it. And as we're getting this to cook down, because you just want them soft enough for it to get into the ice cream, to get some flavor, and for it to combine with your sugar and lemon juice. That's all you're doing. So nothing too complicated with that one, okay?
And they'll kind of like release their juices and like create a delicious syrup.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, y'all. That's another thing that comes out of this recipe, right? You're cooking this down. Chef Meg just gave me a great idea. It could be a syrup as well, right? So it could be like a syrup to a soda water, right? It could be a syrup to maybe coffee. Juice.
Homemade Shirley Temple.
Homemade Shirley Temple. Yes. Because honestly, y'all, pomegranates kind of taste medicine-like to me. You know? I know. But usually it's made with pomegranate, right? Like grenadine is pomegranate, I think.
I don't know. I thought it was cherry.
No, I'm pretty sure it's pomegranate. So now you can use these Rainier cherries to make a delicious Shirley Temple, whether it's with your dark red or with your Rainier cherries. All right, y'all. We're just going to cut a little bit more because I think it'd be kind of cute to do like a design, right? So you're going to have like a 9 by 13 loaf pan for your ice cream. So I'm thinking like cutting some cherries and putting along here for a design, right? Because with the semifreddo, you're like plopping it down at the end. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a few more cherries in here. So I'm gonna put that aside before we start on our lemon, okay? And don't forget to keep an eye on this, y'all. As easy as it is, I put it on like medium heat. And when you have a small saucepan like this and you're just doing about a cup of cherries, it cooks down rather quickly. So just make sure you're mindful. You can also put it on a simmer if you're working on a couple of things in between, okay? We're almost done there. So a few more cherries. Let's do like 4-ish. And you can always do a twist. All right. And are y'all keeping cool here? In Seattle, it's a little cooler. It's not as hot as it has been the last few days. We still get sun, but it's not like sweltering hot, you know? We can have our windows open without feeling the heat. What about y'all? Is it better in Texas and Las Vegas right now? I know it's super hot. Oh, Debbie shaking no, it's still hot. It's still hot, okay. Make sure you have your electrolytes. Make sure you're drinking lots of water in this heat. Okay. All right. Almost done with these cherries. And what's great about this recipe, y'all, is it's very bright, floral. And you can get lots of colors with that cherry and lots of flavor with the Rainier cherries as well. All right.
I think it's a recipe that, like, would make, this sounds kind of corny, but make, like, kids and adults both happy. It's like one of those flavor profiles that's just like nothing better than lemon and cream and cherry.
Yes. It's a really nostalgic flavor too. I remember my parents, they didn't really like soda, but what they really liked soda-wise, like when they did indulge, is cherry cola. Are y'all cherry cola fans? That's a good summer drink.
Totally.
Have you tried a cherry cola float? Now that's for later. That's for your mind for later. With these cherries that you get from Joyfully Grown. Right? All right. And y'all, our cherries look good. They're quite soft here. And you just want them soft enough where when you have your spatula, it breaks down. And we're just gonna turn that off and put that to the side. And we're gonna start on our lemon mixture, which is kind of like a curd custard in between. So just gonna pour this in here real quick. And with this mixture, don't forget to cool and put it in the fridge, okay, y'all? I'm gonna do a quick switch out of what we already have. And you can look right here. This is what your solution should look like after it's cooled down. You see how it's not too liquidy. You have just enough juice from the cherry, but it's almost like a sugar simple syrup kind of texture. You see what I mean? And you still have your cherries right there. So it should be enough for design, and it shouldn't be too easily broken apart, but just enough that you know that it's cooked down. Okay? All right, we're gonna get started on this lemon mixture here. So we're doing a double boiler method. So many of you might know the double boiler method. You're basically getting hot water and slowly cooking something down. You could do it about 5-ish, and you get a metal bowl, or any bowl really that goes well with this pot. And you're gonna get these eggs here, lemon juice, sugar, salt, and some zest.
Well, now that we're talking about ice cream, I would love to know, like, at the classic ice cream truck, what are you getting? I want to know what you get, Lisa, and I want to know what everyone in the chat likes to get.
That. The ice cream truck. Oh, y'all. I love to push pop, a bomb pop. You know, in Massachusetts, there was this ice cream truck that had, what did it have? It had a cherry dip.
Oh my God,
It was wild.
Gonna say.
A cherry dip cone.
Yeah, my friends would make fun of me for getting the cherry dip.
What?
Because it's like, it's unusual, you know?
Yeah.
The red dip, it's a little strange, but
I love it.
It's delicious.
It's a cherry dip.
Yeah.
And honestly, I tried it again as an adult. Kind of waxy. It's crazy how, as a child, what you enjoy is so different when you're an adult. Because I tried it again and I was like, ooh, cherry. And I was like, honey, there's no cherry in it. This is just red 40. How did they trick me? Every time I really thought it was cherry, honey. I did. And y'all, when you have this mixture here, okay, some important things to note. You're putting lemon juice, you're putting sugar, and you're putting whole eggs. And you really want to make sure you're mixing as soon as possible along with the heat so you don't make scrambled eggs. You know, you want a curd. You want something like a little bit thicker, almost like, I don't know, kind of like a jam-ish kind of deal, right? You just want it thick enough. And then once you feel like you have control and it's completely together, homogenized like this, like all in one, you can go ahead and make the heat a little higher, but just be mindful as you're watching, okay? All right. Y'all, what is your favorite ice cream? What did the chat say?
We've got a lot of the strawberry shortcake bar.
Strawberry shortcake, yes, those are great.
Yeah, I remember the first time I had that as a kid, it like blew my mind.
Yes.
It's too good.
I love strawberry shortcake.
Some creamsicles. Ooh. Oh yeah, you're repping creamsicle today.
Orange creamsicle right here. Orange, oh, whose cat is that? Oh, Debbie. Oh my goodness, so cute, hello. I need to know the name of that cat right now. Please let me know. Oh my goodness, so cute. Sorry, y'all. I can't. If there are pets in the chat, I'm distracted. I will burn this curd. Thanks a lot. If I burn it, it's Debbie's fault. I just want y'all to know that. Because that cat was so cute. I'm sorry, your cat was so cute. Oh my goodness. But yeah, y'all, I have quite a history with ice cream. I might be an ice cream addict. My favorite cake is not actually cake. It's ice cream cake. Yeah. To this day, I think I will die eating ice cream cake, y'all. You cannot persuade me to have a layer cake, chocolate cake, ice cream cake will win for my birthday.
Is it like a homemade or that classic like store-bought one with the crunchies?
Classic store-bought, crunchy, vanilla mousse, the vanilla chocolate, the crunchies on the inside. And honestly, on a sad day, I do go to the grocery store and get me a mini ice cream cake. The ones that say happy birthday on it. The gel tastes good. I don't know what to tell y'all. It tastes good. I know there's no like additional stuff to it, but it tastes delicious, okay? Don't judge me. It's okay, you can, just a little bit. A little bit though. Don't go too far. I see y'all watching me. I see it. But yeah, I love those. Do you guys have any favorite flavors? What's your like automatic flavor? And what's like a new flavor that you've started to love? Type it in the chat.
While people are answering,
Yeah.
someone was talking about a really great cherry recipe. So they take limeade, put
Yeah.
it in an ice cube tray, freeze it,
Uh-huh.
and then in the blender, the limeade ice cubes and cherries go in, you blend them together, and you got a frozen cherry limeade.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Stealing that. Thank you. I would love that. I'm going to do that one. Oh, and you know what you could do with that already incredible recipe? Our cherry syrup that we made earlier. You can add to that. There's so many options. You can add a little zest too, y'all. And with this, I'm going to add a little zest. Because I forgot a little bit that I'm supposed to add zest, y'all, and that's okay. We all make mistakes, and it's not too late. So we got our grater here, kind of like a microplane, but you can use your grater. Like the things that you use to grate cheese, you can use this too. So you're just gonna push, and you're gonna slowly turn your lemon as you push. That way you don't get the pith, right? The pith is the white part right underneath the skin. So you're just gonna tap as you go and keep rotating. And then you're just gonna push forward so you can get the ends of that as well. You want about a tablespoon. You can go as much as you want. I like a lot of zest, Chef Meg. What about you?
I like a lot.
Yeah. And make sure you wash and scrub your lemons.
Definitely. If you're going to be zesting them, especially.
Exactly. Because there's like sometimes waxy film on your lemons. And I like my zest to be wax-free. Yeah. All right, y'all. Here's our lemon. Look at how much we get just from this one side. Look at that. And you see right here, this is the pith that I was talking about. So that's why you constantly rotate, so that way you're not getting this. Because this is where it starts to get bitter. You just want a little bit of oils activated from zesting. That's it, okay? Nice. Chef Meg, what did they say in the chat about their new ice creams and their old ice cream flavors?
Lemon or salted caramel.
Oh.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Butter pecan.
Ooh.
That's one that I've come around on
I love butter pecan.
as I've become an adult.
Yeah. I've started to like blackberry chocolate chip. I don't know about y'all, but that has started to become, I don't like dark chocolate. I'm a milk chocolate gal and a white chocolate gal, right? But the raspberry is just like so sweet and creamy, and then you have the chocolate chip bits that are like dark chocolate, so it kind of balances it, you know? So it's kind of like these cherries, right? The dark sweet cherry is like sweet and rich, but then when you combine it with the Rainier cherries, they're like tender, they're floral, they're delicate, and they're a little tart, right? They're a little acidic and tart, so it balances out together. They're a good pair. And y'all look, we're already getting our curd together. We're almost there, maybe like 3 more minutes of it, but it's getting thick. And that's what you want. You want it nice, almost gelatinous. All right, so we're gonna move this and get the curd that we have in the fridge already. And with this, you see it's kind of thick. This is kind of what you want. I don't know if you can see it from above. See? It's thick. That's what you want. And we're about to put it in the fridge, and it's gonna continue to be thick as we keep it in the fridge, okay? So we're gonna take this out, turn this off, and put it in a safe space. All right. And after it's nice and cold, this is what it looks like, y'all. See? Must be jelly because jam don't shake. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That's exactly what you want. Now you know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to our whipped cream, y'all. Whipped cream is such an easy thing to do. It's my favorite. It's also in the fridge. We're gonna get our heavy cream. Where did I put it? Oh, right here.
Sorry, I hid it from you.
No, you're good. I'm also blind, even with my readers, y'all. Are you one of those people, do you guys find everything? I'm the one who does not find anything, no matter what. You could tell me where it is, and I'd be like, I can't find it. All right, so we have our mixer here. You can make whipped cream with your hand, but you can see by my arms, these are tiny. I'm not muscular, I'm not toned, and that will take forever, and you're gonna be exhausted.
The stamina, you need high stamina.
Yeah, if you're a boxer, you'd probably do great mixing it, you know, or if you work with your arms a lot. I get tired, y'all. I'm kind of lazy. That's what technology is for, doing the work for you. See, Debbie gets it. All right. See, Tina gets it too. I like the nods. There you go. So we got heavy cream here, y'all. So we want some heavy cream. And you want it nice and cold. That's the balance. If you have room temp heavy cream, it might not work as much because you really want those high peaks. And then we also have this vanilla bean paste. You can use vanilla bean extract if you wish. But I find the paste goes a long way. What about you, Chef Meg? You think so?
I love the paste, and it has like the real specks of the vanilla bean in there. So it kind of like also adds to the like ice creamy part of this recipe. It's like a little vanilla bean touch.
Yes. I love a good vanilla bean.
And then also, can you talk about why we're not adding sweetener or like any sugar to this one?
Yes. I mean, we already have the lemon curd, the lemon kind of custard, and we're gonna fold that in, which is enough sweetness, right? So you don't want it like sweet on sweet on sweet. You kind of want the creaminess to balance everything out. So that's why we're not gonna add any of that in there. All right. So we're just gonna lock this up. And we already put the vanilla bean paste in there, y'all. And you know what my favorite thing about whipped cream is? Y'all wanna guess? No? I'll just tell you. You can literally put this on high speed, 2 to 3 minutes, and you have whipped cream. It's hands off. That's it. But you have to watch it, okay? So just be careful. You don't wanna over whip, but you also don't wanna under whip. So follow the recipe as you will. I've made lots of whipped cream because it's my favorite little snack at home with my fruit, which you can also do. See, that's another component that you can use. Put it aside. A little whipped cream for some fruit with your cherries. A little snack. But also, you can make whipped cream, y'all. Now you know. I love to put whipped cream on my ice cream sundae. What is y'all's ice cream sundae stack? I like whipped cream. I like some maybe like chocolate flakes, like I'll shave some, like how we shaved our lemon zest. You could shave some chocolate on top. I like to put a little caramel drizzle. And now you have cherry syrup, so you can do a cherry swizzle. It's gorgeous. What about you, Chef Meg?
I do like the classic, like hot fudge with like vanilla ice cream, hot fudge, whipped cream, peanuts, and a cherry on top.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
The like salty sweet. I kind of need that now. I need the salty sweet.
That's true. I've seen some really interesting sundaes lately. So some people do like a lot of cookie crumbles on top. Some people like to do savory. They'll put like chili crisp on top. I don't know if y'all have had that. Yeah. I'm not like a spicy sweet girl, but if you are and you eat like habanero chocolate or something like that, you'd really like that, I think. It gives it a little complexity to what you want. All right, y'all, so just a few minutes. You can also, I don't know if you could see it, but when you're watching your whipped cream, you're gonna slowly see it make lines into your cream, right? That means you're almost there. So you're just gonna be a little bit more mindful of watching your whipped cream. Eventually, it'll make like really big peaks and you'll know you did it right. How do you know when you did it wrong? When it doesn't have peaks, right? Another one is you may have gone too far. If you've done it too quickly or if you've mixed it too long, it will become butter. It'll be like a whipped thick butter, but no worries. That is just for toast. That is for toast. You can make another heavy cream. That's why you buy a big box of heavy cream instead of the little one, just for mistakes, because I've been there. And now, y'all, for the magic. Look at that. I don't know. I'm gonna go over here so you can see. Look at this peak. Gorgeous. Look at that. You know, like Dairy Queen, when they're like, flip over your cup. We're flipping over our whisk. Nothing's dropping. That's exactly what you want. But if I went any longer, it would have definitely been butter. And y'all would have had butter in your ice cream. But we're not doing that today. We're doing delicious vanilla bean whipped cream that we're gonna fold into our lemon. All right, let's get our curd and we're gonna whip it together in the same bowl.
I will say to people who, you know, might look away and over whip their cream.
Yeah.
I've had success adding a little more. If you have more like unwhipped heavy cream, you can add a little bit of that and stir it in and it'll like unwhip a little bit.
I've never done that. I've always just like cried right after and then ate the butter and then started again. So you could do Chef Meg's method. It's way better than crying in the corner like a little baby over your failure. Okay, now you guys know. So right here we have our chilled lemon curd. So right now you should have lemon curd chilling in the fridge as well as your cherry swirl, right? But with this one, we're mixing this curd and this whipped cream. And the reason why we're doing that is because we're wanting to make a semifreddo. We're not necessarily making ice cream, right? It's very similar. Semifreddo is like an Italian ice cream. It means half frozen. So you're not really dealing with crystals as much here. You're more dealing with the light, fluffy texture. That's like the important thing for this recipe, right, Chef Meg?
Yeah, yeah. And then whipping the cream, like the air that it brings in there, it's gonna give you like that soft chew. It's like gonna take it from being like a popsicle to something closer to ice cream without like getting out the whole ice cream maker or getting out the salt, which like I've never really understood.
That's true. Oh my God, the cat's name is Annabelle. Okay, now I know. I feel so comforted and happy now. Thank you. It's been in the back of my mind. I've just been wanting to know. That's why I've been forgetting to do the zest, because immediately I'm like, what is that cat's name? I need to know. All right, right here, y'all, you see how I'm just kind of scooping the side, going in the center and folding. You want to be really gentle. You do not want to rush this process because you want the air. The more air that you have kept in this from whipping the cream, the smoother your ice cream will be. Okay, so you want that smoothness. We already beat out the fat from the milk, and now we're just combining the air that we've created. So that way you can have the best soft semifreddo ice cream, which what's really cool about the semifreddo is it's Italian, but now we're kind of making it like an American Italian type of ice cream.
And it's like the true ice cream cake.
Yes.
A cake that is only ice cream.
Yes.
Because it comes out in a block. And, well, traditionally, a semifreddo is like sliced. But if you want to scoop, if you're partial to the scoop, you can scoop it out.
Exactly. And you just want it like well mixed so that way you don't see any more lemon curd chunks. So you kind of want it to look like this. You see? You don't see any bright lemon. It should be like a pale pastel kind of lemon. You see that? You don't see any lemon. So that should be perfect. So we're gonna start building and lining our pan so that way we could start layering and putting it away. Now y'all, make sure you have some space. This is not a last minute, I'm gonna impress everyone with a 4-hour ice cream. This is like, I'm gonna keep it overnight and I'm gonna bring it the next day. Okay, you will be sad if it doesn't freeze in time. Let's give ourselves a lot of time. So like 4 to 6 if you have a really good freezer, right? I would say commercial freezers are really good for that. But for your everyday household freezer, 8 hours is like, no worries. You know it's gonna be good the next day. You don't have to like run around and hope that it solidifies. Okay, it'll be good until you drive over to your friend's house and impress them with your semifreddo. So let's get our pan ready. So right here we have our plastic wrap and we have our 9x13 loaf pan. See? So we're gonna put the plastic right above it. And you wanna give yourself like double the room. So just double the length of the pan so that way you can cover it after you put the mixture in, okay? And you can always cut it for later if you feel like you didn't give yourself enough room. All right, gorgeous. And we're gonna make some fun arts and crafts moment here with our ice cream. We're gonna do some swirls, we're gonna do some layering, which I really enjoy. That's the fun part of making like a semifreddo ice cream cake kind of deal. And we're almost there, y'all.
I just want to say one little correction. It's like,
Yes.
I think maybe 8 by 4 or something,
by
like
4.
a classic loaf pan. Just for
Yes.
if anyone's confused.
Thank you. Sorry, 8 by 4. 8 by 4. And this is what it should look like. See? And then you still have enough to cover. This is like double it. See? But you can always put more on top. That's okay. You just want to make sure the bottom is completely lined. So that way no ice cream squeezes out or anything like that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and layer. But first, remember those cherries we cut up earlier? Let's go ahead and put them face down. Imagine how cute they will be when you kind of make a pattern across the ice cream here. Y'all look, see? Ah! Imagine that. When you pop it out, you'll see a little pattern. You already made some art right there. It's kind of like quilting with ice cream. Is it? I don't know, I just said that. That doesn't make sense anymore. I take it back. It's not like quilting. But you're making a pattern, you know? All right, here's our mixture. You're just gonna plop it right in, y'all. One layer. So like take half, and you wanna save the other half for the top. And be gentle, don't be too rough. Remember, we wanna keep all that air as much as we can. And you're just gonna smooth it out like so. I need one more scoop here. Y'all look, boop. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. And then we're gonna do our little cherry swirl here. Let's see, just gonna pour it over. All right, y'all look at those cherries. Ah, with every bite, cherries with every bite. And you can go ahead and, I like to do a little scratch with this fork here. Maybe you can do like a little swirl. So we're kind of like wanting to distribute the cherries nice enough that with every single bite, you get a little cherry here and there. All right. I might have been greedy and put too many cherries, y'all. I don't know. Let's see. Kind of like that. Ooh.
Oh, there's no way there's too many.
I know, there's no way there's too many. Chef Meg's right. But it looks gorgeous, right? Well, it doesn't look as gorgeous as it could be, but it tastes gorgeous. That's all that really matters, right? It's going into your belly. Your taste buds will be happy, you know? And once it's frozen, it'll be freaking gorgeous. So we're doing this last half here. Cleaning the bowl, y'all. There's no waste. You can also save a little bit for a treat for yourself. Eat it, a little snack from the bowl, right? I'm one of those snackers. I don't know about y'all. If you're patient, I'm so proud of you, because that's not me. I like to save a little bit for myself, even though it's part of the creation. All right.
This is one of those situations where you are going to want to lick the spoon.
Yes.
The the lemon curd whipped cream.
Y'all, if you could taste this, so gorgeous. And boom. Right? Look at that. You're done. And you just made ice cream. You just made a semifreddo. Yeah, not a lot of people can say that, right? Now you have evolved from the science experiment of making ice cream and shaking it in a bag. Remember those, y'all? When you made like ice? I don't know about y'all, but I did. Where like you had a heavy cream in a bag, and you had ice around it and salt, and you made ice cream. And look at this. You just cover it up. Boom. And you just want to make sure you push it against, so that way you have a good film, a good protection to your ice cream. So that way there's no crust on it, you know what I mean? Like you want it to be smooth and gorgeous.
Yeah, or like little ice crystals from the freezer.
Exactly, ice crystals. You don't want it tasting and smelling like fridge. You want it to taste like summer, smell like summer. And we're just gonna put it in the freezer. And look at the magic that we have here. Frozen, so cold. Let's see what it looks like outside of here. We're gonna plop it on this gorgeous plate. And sometimes you might need a little help, so you might need a little tap here and there. Maybe a little bit of a push. All right, y'all. Let's see if we can do it. It's just a little patience, you see? A little wiggle, a little persuasion. And look at this creation, y'all. How gorgeous.
Oh, it looks like little flowers, the cherries from where I'm sitting.
Little flowers. It looks like little hearts. Look, there's your ice cream. And with the semifreddo, you're just gonna give it a nice little slice. And then I'm gonna plate it for Chef Meg. Look at it, y'all. Oh. Cherries on the inside. You get a little cherry swirl. See? Ah! You get those fruity, floral, Rainier cherries. And let's do a little special something. I got some ginger snaps here to go along with this vanilla bean type of lemon cherry ice cream. Slap it around with a spatula. Get your anger out from the week. I know it's Tuesday, but you know, let's get started. Get ahead of that. Put a little ginger snap on top. Gorgeous. Look at that little crumble, a little texture. And then pass it to Chef Meg here.
Yay.
Yay. And also, if you're a shape,
Ooh, looking
Lena,
good, Lena.
That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. If you want color, y'all, I recommend the dark sweet. But if you want more of a apricot-ish note, like a little acidity, definitely do the Rainier, okay? And especially since Rainier is so rare, they're a very short time period to be able to eat those cherries. So definitely get those. Right here, we're scooping. Y'all can scoop the ice cream too. Look at that. Should we do a little crumble as well? Gorgeous, y'all. How yummy. And I forgot a spoon, so I'm just gonna grab a little here. Sorry. Oh, that is so good. Y'all, I can't wait to try yours, Lena. Save me a slice. See y'all next time. Our next class. Oh my God, sorry, I'm still chewing. Our next class is July 18th. Crispy salmon burger with summer aioli with the chef, the one and only Chef Joel. So definitely tune in. I will also be moderating, and Meg will be around. It's going to be a fun time. I can't wait to see y'all. Thank you for coming by. See you soon. Love you. Bye.